Students, so let's start the other type of force, that is non-contact force. But before that, let's follow some appropriate behavior. Wear mask, follow physical distancing, maintain hand hygiene, stay at least 6 feet from other, wash your hands frequently, always with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, and remember to not touch your face. Do not share your food or drinks with others. And I hope you all are following these rules in your daily life, okay? Because as the coronavirus cases are growing rapidly, so you should have followed these behavior, okay? That is needed. And now gonna start our next topic, that is non-contact forces. As I mentioned, that there are certain forces which are not in contact. Okay, so in order to force that exists between them, so first non-contact forces is magnetic force. What is magnetic force? This is the force which is exerted by the magnets. Now we all know that every magnet has two poles, north pole and the south pole, and we also know that north pole, like poles attracted to each other, and unlike poles attract each other. Okay, like poles not attract. Like poles repel, unlike attract. Okay, the north and south will tend to attract each other, and north and north tend to repel each other. So therefore, these magnetic forces can be attractive or repulsive. So magnet, if nails are brought near the magnet, the nails get attracted to the magnet. So do you think that nails is one of the object and magnet is another object? Do you think that magnet and the nails, they are in contact with each other? There is absolutely no contact, but still they feel an attraction toward the magnet. It feel an attraction toward the magnet. So this force even when existed even then when the object is not in contact with each other. So therefore magnetic forces are non-contact force. Let us look at the example. If you take two magnets and you align them in such a way that south pole faces the north pole of another, so in this case also here you see that there is a distance. They are not in contact, but still due to the presence of attractive forces, they tend to move towards each other. Okay, and this force is called magnetic force. Now have you ever observed that in refrigerator there is a magnet attached to it? That is why as you bring the door quiet, it closes on its own. Okay, because of the attraction of the magnetic force. Similarly, when you want to open the door of a refrigerator, you need applied a good amount of force so that they are able to open in an attractive magnetic force. So you can open the door. Okay, so why the door is closed? It is completely closed. It is not that you only touch it. You actually need to apply a very good amount of force. Electric motors, generators, these all are the example of where we find application of magnetic force. So in this we get to know that magnetic force is a non-contact force. It doesn't need an object to be in contact with each other, and this force is exerted by magnet on another magnet or an electrically charged particle. For example, a magnet exert an attractive force or repulsive force on another example. So what is electrostatic force? It is the force I will let you know once again. So electrostatic force, it is the force exerted by the charged body on another charged or uncharged body. Okay, so here electro means something related to electric field, and static, that is something which is not moving, that is stationary. So these forces are about the charges in the rest. Okay, so let us look at one example. Have you ever observed that if you using a plastic comb, Now when you try to bring it comb near your hair, you feel that the hair which are present on the outer side, they tend to fly or attract it towards the comb. Okay, try it out yourself. So when the hair is quite dry and you bring the plastic comb, you feel that some of few hairs tend to move towards the comb. Similarly, a balloon, if it is rubbed with cloth for some time and bring it near a small pieces of paper, it get attracted towards the paper. The paper is get attracted toward the balloon. So this is also because of these all are happening because of the presence of force that is called electrostatic force. They show that the force is present in there, and that is a non-contact force. Okay, so they all are not in contact, but there is a force existent between. So electrostatic force is again a non-contact force. Next thing is electrostatic force. In electrostatic force also we talk about things like attraction and repulsion, but they are not same as in the magnetic force. So in electrostatic force, the force is produced by the stationary charges, static charges, whereas in case of magnetic force it is produced by moving charges. Okay, because many people often confuse between these two type of forces. So whenever you talk about electrostatic force, so electrostatic force is produced by the stationary charge. Okay, stationary charge. When you talk about magnetic force, so this type of force is produced by the moving charge. Okay. Now the next force is gravitational force. So it is again attraction force that attract every object with mass. The concept of gravitation tells that every object, whether it is a tiny object or a huge object, all of them exert an attractive force on every other object existed on Earth. So yes, what I am saying is what you understood. If there is a pen and there is a book lying on the table, then the pen and book, they both exerting some force towards each other. So it is not only the object, Earth itself is not an exception. Earth also exert an attractive force on other object. For example, when an apple falls on a tree, why does it fall on the ground? Because this apple experiences an attraction towards the ground, and this attraction due to the earth. So earth exert an attraction force, and this attraction force is so strong that the object fall towards the earth. Okay. Now let us look at some other example which tell that gravitational force exists. That is, the force of gravity on earth also exists. Now have you ever observed that when you open a tap, the water always fall towards the surface of the earth? Why does it happen? Why doesn't it fly in the air? So that's because there is an attractive force towards the surface of the earth, and that is why the water tends to fall towards the ground. Okay. Similarly, whenever you throw something, as long as you are holding an object, it is there. Whenever you are holding it, as you release, it tend to fall in the ground. It doesn't fly. Okay, it doesn't fly. So it is because of gravitational force. So with this, we have discussed about the force. Now we understood about the pressure. Okay, let us talk about the pressure. So what is pressure? Force. Pressure is nothing. Force per unit area. Why we talk about pressure? Because the amount of force which we applied and the amount of force which we get, many times they get differ. Let us suppose you are pushing a wall and at the same amount of force and you are pushing a small book with a little amount of force. So the result of both of them are extremely different. The wall doesn't move at all, but the book might move a very large distance. So the impact of in order to understand the impact of the applied force, we should talk about the pressure also, because it also depends upon the amount of area on which the force has been applied. So I will take some example. Let us take an example of a needle and a thick blunt cylinder rod on skin. Now, what happen if I pinch a needle on a skin? If I pinch a needle skin, if I try to prick you with a needle on a skin, it penetrates inside your skin and you feel pain. And if I repeat this in case of with a pencil, you can say. Now I try to prick on your skin with a blunt rod, pencil, you can say. You don't get hurt that much. In the first case, you might have pain, but in the second case, not much. But the force applied in both the cases are same. So what has changed? Only the area has changed. So here the area of cross section of the needle is very small as compared to that of pencil. That means in this case the area is less, and in this case area is large, and force is same in both cases. So what would be the pressure in this? Pressure is force by area. If you compare both of this, area is less here and area is more here, but the force is equal in both of them. So here you see pressure is inversely proportional of area. So if area is less, then the pressure will be more. The area is more, then the pressure will be less. So that is why the pain felt is large as compared to here. Are you understood? So this is why we are talking about pressure. So now that we have spoken about pressure, let us talk about one last topic, and which is very important also, atmospheric pressure. Pressure is also exerted by the atmosphere. So atmospheric. Okay, so that is called atmospheric. I know all of you know what is atmosphere. The layer of the blanket surrounds the earth. That is called atmosphere. It exists up to several kilometers. There are many layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, exosphere. So these are different layers. Now if you actually look at the height of these layers from the surface of the earth, you will see that it goes beyond few kilometers. The first layer up to some 11 kilometers, then second layer up to 50 kilometers, and so on. So atmosphere, it is like an object which has very big height, something like this, because it goes up to the several kilometers, and these lengthy area is going to exert some pressure. So it is a unit area which we have considered. So the pressure exerted by this small area is defined as atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by a long cylindrical which is carrying air, and which we will assume that it is carrying air because inside the atmosphere also we have air. And why we are considering a long cylindrical? A long cylinder is being considered because the atmosphere goes up to several hundred kilometers. So this is also going to be quite long. So whatever pressure it takes on a unit area, that is defined as a atmospheric pressure. So basically this pressure is exerted due to the weight of the air. So the pressure exerted by the gases in our body, for example, let us suppose it is a person. So he experience some pressure on his body, and in his body force is also exerted out. So both of these get compensated. So that's why we do not feel some pressure. Okay. So the thing at all is that we say that weight of air on a column of unit area is atmospheric pressure. Okay. Now let us look at some of the example where you actually feel the atmospheric pressure. So when such example is rubber sucker. Have you ever seen that rubber sucker? You would have seen that it is made up of plastic and it is looks somewhat like it is somewhat look like when you try to fix it on a surface, it gets stuck very nicely, and it is very difficult to take it out. So what exactly happens here? So when you put it on a smooth surface, the air in the rubber sucker is forced out. So area inside the sucker, there is some space. In that space, the air is present and the air is forced out when you just try to press it on a smooth surface. Now, this causes the space between the surface and the sucker to have a low pressure. Now, when the air comes out, the pressure decreases, and as a result, the contact between the sucker and the surface, airtight. Now, so it is called, it exerts atmospheric pressure and it is quite higher because the air has been forced out. So the pressure is very less inside. So these external atmospheric pressure, which is higher, will act on the rubber sucker to press it securely against the wall. Okay. So outer pressure is more and this force the internal pressure. Okay. So that's why rubber sucker is able to stick there. So if you want to pull the rubber sucker out, what do you need? What you need to do? You need to apply a force in this direction, means where it is stick to the surface. Because there is an force which make it attached to the smooth surface, and that is called atmospheric pressure. And if you are applying a force, that has to be more than atmospheric pressure. Okay. Another example could be the drinking straw. All of you would have experienced this. If you order a cold drink or a juice or anything, and you drink it with a straw. Now what happens while you are drinking with a straw? Now while drinking, you have to suck the straw. So when you suck the straw, you would see that liquid flows upward. Okay. So why the liquid flow upward? Because when you suck the straw, this causes the pressure inside the straw to decrease. Now when the pressure decreases, so pressure inside the straw decreases. Now the atmospheric pressure is quite high as compared to the pressure inside the straw. So this high external atmospheric pressure will act on the surface of the water in the glass. So it will act here, and this pressure will cause rise to the straw because the pressure, the liquid tends to move up through the straw. So again, because of the difference between the internal and the external pressure, the drinking straw is able to bring the fluid in the upward direction where it is being sucked by the person. So these are some of the examples which you are able to see in your day-to-day life. So this is all about this chapter, and I hope all of you have cleared. One last thing that is left, that is the value of atmospheric pressure. So value of atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1.01 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. We will talk about this in higher classes because its value changes. That's why the reference has been taken as a sea level. And this is the value of atmospheric pressure, and it is quite high. And this is denoted at 1 atmosphere. So it is also used at the unit of pressure. And by the help of mercury barometer, we can measure the atmospheric pressure. And what is the unit of pressure? Unit is Pascal. it is denoted by PA, that is the SI unit of the pressure. And at sea level, the value is 1.01 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Okay. Another unit is atmospheres, ATM, which is denoted as ATM. And 1 ATM is defined as the value of atmospheric pressure at sea level. Okay, so this is all about this chapter. If you have any confusion, you can ask me in your WhatsApp group class. Thank you so much.